Hello friends, and today we can discuss from the ICI study material AS13 investments illustration 3. So complete theory part and illustration 1 as well as illustration 2. Already they have been uploaded, you can watch through playlist. So today we are going to discuss illustration 3. Even illustration 3 is also related to issue of bonus shares. Particularly I said that whenever bonus shares are issued, their market value will be reduced. So because the number of shares are increased but the net assets value will be same. So therefore intrinsic value of the share will be reduced and market value also will come down after bonus issue. Bonus issue is nothing but we know that capitalization of profits. So whenever bonus shares are issued and how to handle the sum, that's what we are going to discuss here in the illustration 3. First I will read and followed by I will explain how to solve this sum. Mr. X purchased 500 equity shares of 100 rupees each in Omega Company Limited for 62,500 rupees, inclusive of brokerage and stamp duties. Some years later, the company resolved to capitalize its profits and issue to the existing shareholders, equity shareholders, one equity share for every share. For every one share will be given as a bonus shares. For 500 shares, 500 bonus shares are offered by the company. Prior to capitalization, the shares of Omega Limited quoted in the stock exchange at 175 rupees per share. But after capitalization, after bonus issue, the share is quoted in the market at 92.50 only. But Mr. X sold the bonus shares in the market at 90 rupees per share sold and received. Prepare simply investment account on the average cost basis, and very simple to work out. Let us see that. So how to handle this particular sum. Okay. So first you may draw the lines like this. In the books of A, investments account, the investments in the equity shares of Omega Limited. So date, you may have the columns like this. Usually date column you require, but here no column given here for date. So because the dates are not given in the sum. And you may have column for particulars, and after that you may have one column nominal value and another column is for cost. So you may have one more column for dividend also, but here dividend is not there, dividend column is not maintained. So date column is not required, dividend column is not required, that's why both are ignored here. But otherwise you may take the date column and dividend column also. So simply particulars, nominal value, cost incurred, both the sides we have taken. Let us see that first of all, when you bought the equity shares account data to bank account, write there to bank, number of shares 500 into face value 100 rupees, that is what 50,000 nominal value of the shares. Okay, for that cost incurred it is given 62,500 the cost incurred while purchasing those shares. And company offered bonus shares for every one share is offered. Right there two bonus shares, again 500 bonus shares are offered, each nominal value 100, again 50,000. Of course cost incurred is nil, no cost incurred for them because they are given at free of cost. It is given that the bonus shares are sold in the market at 90 rupees. Whenever sales taken place bank to investments, in the investments right there by bank, because these are all variable income securities, unless it is mentioned that as dividend received, you need not to write that. But in case of fixed income bearing securities, whenever the due date is fallen, and definitely we have to write that, and the related interest definitely you have to receive. But in case of investments, it should be mentioned that clearly so and so dividend received. Unless that dividend received particulars are not provided in the sum, need not to write anything there. Okay. So therefore by bank within bracket sale. So how many investments are sold? 500 investments are sold by you. 500 in the sense nominal value obviously 50,000 only. But those 500 investments sold in the market at the rate of 90 rupees, which we can say 45,000 is the sold cost value, you may write it. So whenever sales is taken place, immediately we have to go to the working notes And let us go to the working notes. First point, calculation of profit or loss on sale of investments. It is to be done on the average cost basis. So totally right now you are having the total nominal value. So cost of investment sold. How you are able to know the cost of investment sold? Let us come to know. Total nominal value of goods you are having, their cost is 1 lakh. But of course 1 lakh cost incurred is 62,500. Right now while selling, total units whatever you are having, their nominal value 1 lakh, for them cost incurred 62,500. Right now 50,000 sold. What is the cost related to 50,000? So 50,000 divided by 1 lakh into 62,500. So the resulting amount we can say here is 31,250. The investment which are sold by you, its average cost is 31,250. We know that sold for, compare it with sale proceeds to say the profit loss. Sold for 45,000. Sold for 45,000. It is very clear there is a profit. Therefore, profit on sale of investments, profit on sale of equity shares or investments, it is 13,750. 13,750. Whenever there is a profit on sale of investments, enter investments to P&L. So in the investments, write there to P&L, within bracket profit. Right there in the cost column 13,750. 13,750. Whenever sales entry recorded, profit or loss on sale of investments worked out, and that is also recorded. So at the end of the period, whatever the balance left, that should be balance carried on, valuation of investments. Working note second point, valuation of investments at the end of the period. Valuation of investments at the end of the period. Let us come to know what is the cost of investments at the end of the period. Okay, so average cost of investments at the end of period. So we know that total 1 lakh investments we are having, and their cost 62,500. 50,000 nominal value of investments left with us. What is the cost for them? Therefore 50,000 divided by 1 lakh into 62,500. Therefore resulting amount 31,250. Whatever the investments are left with us, their cost is 31,250. Okay, let us come to know market price also. It is given that market price is given as 92.50. 500 shares into 92.50. That is, let us calculate that. 500 into 92.50, 46,250. 46,250. Whichever is lower to be taken. Whichever is lower to be taken. Therefore cost is lower, cost to be taken. So whenever cost is lower, cost is to be taken, need not to incorporate any loss. If market value is lower, then if you'd like, because they are available at cost price only, but if you'd like to convert into market value because it is lower, then loss to be incorporated. So but here it is not necessary because cost itself is lower, so need not to incorporate any loss. So 50,000 nominal value and the cost incurred 31,250. 31,250. That's all. Go for the total both the sides. Nominal value 1 lakh. Nominal value 1 lakh. And look at the total of cost column 62,500 plus 30,750, 76,250. Let us check that side also, 76,250. And this is the simple way. Whenever bonus shares are issued and you can handle the problem in this way. and this is a very simple and easy problem to work out. Okay, so we can discuss the illustration 4 in the next class. Okay, bye.